Well, if the special session ends in a stalemate and across-the-board cuts take place, the director of the Oklahoma Department of Corrections warns they absolutely cannot endure another budget cut. Since he took the job 20 months ago, Joe Albaugh has been warning of the dire conditions at state prisons. He says legislative leaders don't seem to understand the gravity of the situation.
These are 30-inch spacings.
This week, Oklahoma Corrections Director Joe Albaugh took O&R on a tour of Eddie Warrior, a women's prison in Taft just outside Muskogee. He doesn't mince words. When it comes to the overall situation at state prisons, he has this to say.
Life-threatening. Life-threatening to staff, life-threatening to inmates.
And as for the living conditions for inmates,
embarrassing, despicable, criminal.
Since Albaugh took the reins of corrections less than 2 years ago, he has been telling lawmakers the same thing.
Why people are not listening is beyond me. It's just, and there are a group of legislators who think that we make up these numbers. I wish we were making up the numbers and I could say, my bad, I lied, fire me, move on down the road, but it doesn't work that way.
The facts are, Oklahoma has blown through another record, one that is not to be proud of. Last month, for the first time in history, Oklahoma's prison population topped 63,000. Prison space consistently runs between 107 and 109% capacity. What that looks like at Eddie Warrior is inmates stacked on top of each other. In this dormitory, what was once a common area with tables and chairs is now full of bunk beds.
You can see there are no tables here. They have to do homework in their beds, in the racks.
This video was shot in the middle of a nice afternoon where most of the women were at work or outside. Imagine what this looks like in the evening. Only 30 inches separate the beds. At some of the facilities that house men, that separation is reduced to 12 to 6 inches.
These dormitories that we got, some of them's got 158, some's got up to 162. They're living in a dorm that's not designed for no more than 80 to 100 people.
Corrections Lieutenant Troy Benj says he only has 9 officers each shift to handle a prison population that hovers between 900 and 1,000. Oftentimes that means double shifts.
Some people drive at least an hour to get here, have to do the 15-minute brief and then do the 16 hours, then drive home another hour. And then sometimes you're only talking about maybe getting 3.5 to 4 hours sleep before you have to come back for your next shift.
The prison is spread out, and with so few officers, response time to problems is often delayed.
There are a lot of things that happen out here that we would have an opportunity to de-escalate that situation just by going in and talking to these girls. But if we can't get there quickly enough, then they're going to go to blows.
Inmate Linda Schote says time management is key.
Sometimes to go to food service, you have to decide, do you want a hot shower or do you want to go eat? Because if you go to food service and stand in line for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, the showers are going to be used up.
Less than a third of all inmates have access to any programs. Inmate Tia Hogue.
And there's no new skills being taught. There's no new a better way of living being taught here. There's no classes, no actual treatment provided to get that underlying issue, to bring it to light, to deal with it, to openly discuss it and get a new way of thinking.
We only have about 89 instructors or teachers throughout the entire system for 27,000 individuals. That's nuts. 94% of our population returns to society. What do we want? We want better neighbors. Right now, we are the Department of Warehousing, not the Department of Corrections.
Because the department is down by 1,000 correctional officers, the dynamics inside facilities are upside down. Albaugh says at some of the larger male lockups, gangs control the facilities.
But they have communication. They have cell phones, contraband, and they run their drug empires from inside our facilities.
With inmates having the upper hand, Albaugh says incident reports of violence upon officers and inmates are staggering.
I get a monthly report and there'll be somewhere between 30 to 80 a month. And these are the most serious reports.
Those include injuries?
Includes injuries. We had a stabbing yesterday morning out at Sayre, punctured a lung. It was a gang member who basically told the leaders, I don't want to be a part of your gang anymore.
With corrections in this state of crisis, Abba can't believe what lawmakers are asking him.
A week and a half ago, I got a letter asking what a 3.17% cut would do to the agency. Last Friday, I got a letter, received a letter, 5% cut, what would it do? We can't afford any cuts.
Abba says legislative leaders simply aren't leading.
We're the leaders. What's going on here? I don't get it.
Before the prison bubble bursts, Abba is preparing a plan to release hundreds of prisoners who are within 18 months of their release date.
Are you still here? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get you out of here.